Hey guys, we have a new Instagram page where we are posting exclusive pictures from our NASCAR League and other video games. Go check it out. What's up guys, Guy01 here, and welcome back to the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League Cup Series, where we have the second race of Season 1. And today we're going to be running on a new track for most of these drivers. Most of them have never driven here before, and doing that in a pack is certainly going to be fun. You can see the track display. We are racing at Blue Moon Speedway Infield B. So it's the shorter and less complicated Roval, essentially. We did a few test races here, and we found that we figured with a pack of cars it's going to be some great racing here today. We made a last-second schedule change when we made the schedule, and this should be fun. So some updates. As of right now, Wraith, your winner from last week, he is your points leader. Car Freak sits on pole position, second straight pole this season. Then we have a few new drivers in the field today, and we're also going to have a few new drivers next week as well. A lot of you have been wanting to join this league, and there are still some open slots, so if you want to join us, please message CarFreak13 and message us for details. Coming down to the start-finish line, and green flag is in the air. CarFreak's going to get a great bump with his teammate Clint back there behind him. And again, I don't know what to expect with this racetrack, because I've seen a couple of practice laps as Clint just moved CarFreak out of the way. Car Freak started in first place, now he's going to fall back to at least fourth, maybe fifth. As we see Clint take the lead. The Haas cars showed a lot of speed in practice. But Plasma, I do believe, topped the boards in practice, and then he was just a little bit off of Car Freak in qualifying. Clint gets into the wall a little bit, that's going to give Plasma the room to come on the inside, and here we go, two wide battle for the lead on lap 1. Coming around the turn, Down East is going to push Plasma to the lead, but here comes Car Freak to Clint's bumper. Plasma goes outside, Car Freak pushes Clint to the middle, and they are 3 wide for the lead coming to the start-finish line. Only lap 1, and they are already 3 wide battling for the lead, almost 4 wide with Car Freak in the picture. Plasma's going to fall back to 4th, Clint's going to hold the outside momentum. Here comes Down East on the inside. Somehow Clint holds the lead off of the outside of turn 1. That's interesting. And again, with me not knowing much, I really don't know what's going to happen here today. Haas car is running 1-2. I mean, you might see that a decent bit today, because even though Plasma was the faster car in practice, the Haas cars were just the class of the field in practice. You see here, the cars are pretty fanned out, actually. Now here's a new guy, NFRL in that Mountain Dew Baja Blast number 34 car. He joins Chip Ganassi Racing for the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League. Now he's going to have another teammate that's going to join this league next week and start racing with us. And also, I believe the Haas cars actually pick up a teammate too. So next weekend we could have a very full field. And like I said, there are still some slots open. So if you would like to try out to join the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League, you must be 18 years or older and you must have Discord. Discord is essential. If you don't have Discord, you will not be able to join us. Here they come through turn 4. Car Freak gives a little bit of a shot to his teammate, but that will actually help him exit the corner with more speed. You see here, Plasma's trying to get a push from the 16, but those Haas cars are starting to drive away a little bit. There's basically 2 packs of cars right now. You got these lead 4, and then you have the rest of them back there in a somewhat single-file line. You see that bump going into turn 1. That is so dangerous, because when you have a pack of cars and your car bumps like that and jumps off the road, you lose all control for a split second, and when you don't have control of your race car, anything can happen. Here they come down the back straight. Oh, Plasma's there for the lead. He's all over Clint's bumper, and Car Freak gives him a little push side by side for the lead. Plasma is going to pass him, but here comes Car Freak to the lead on the inside of 4. Car Freak passed both of them on the inside. It looked like there might have been a car sideways out of 4. Looks like he held it though, no caution. So the pole sitter goes to the lead by passing at least 2 cars out of 4. Might have been 3, to be honest with you. You see Car Freak goes way to the outside, all the way out to the yellow of the turn 1, and then here comes Clint on the inside. Car Freak's going to have a little bit of momentum, but no, Plasma and Clint just schooled him on turn 1. I expect there to be a lot of lead changes today, because drivers really don't know what to expect with this track, because it's basically a new track for most drivers. And caution is out. We do have a car around coming out of 1. We'll look back and see what happened with that. So as we look back at Wraith in the 20, he's coming down turn 1. You can see here his car bumps really big right there. He's trying to hold it sideways, just drifts around the corner. And he was sideways in a pretty dangerous spot because those cars were going to come back around there pretty fast. And he had a big problem getting his car going again, so that is enough for a caution. So the first caution of the day, we're going to see if anybody comes to pit road under this caution. So you see Clint is actually driving a real-life NASCAR that's being raced this weekend. So that is Eric Almirola's Coke 600 car from 2021. And then you have a car like Car Freak's car that is a complete fantasy design. So basically, if you're accepted to this league, you get to pick a number and a team of your choosing, pending the availability on the teams. And then you can pick an actual real-life car, or you can pick a fantasy car that has your own sponsor on it. Now, not all sponsors are doable on race cars, because some logos are extremely hard to transfer over as a decal. But with that being said, the car guy is willing to try anything for this league. Alright, these cars are going to come around for the restart, and we will get them going green again. But here we go. Clint is your control car for the restart. Clinton down east on the inside. Green flag is back out. Looks like that inside line got a huge restart. Look at that run by the 10. That outside line did not get going whatsoever. Here comes Plasma to the inside for the lead. He will complete it with the assist of Car Freak, and the 10 is almost sideways in the back. Plasma's going to hold the lead with Saird coming up from the rear of the field up to second. Good move by the Hendrick driver. Oh, he wants to lead side by side for the lead on the back straight. Too wide out of this corner. Nope, Saird backed out of that. He already knew that was a little sketchy from the get-go. Looks like everybody gets out of four smoothly. Going to stay green. Now we know Plasma's one of those cars where it seems like he doesn't race the best in a pack sometimes, but when he gets out to clean air in the front, he just goes. But that's going to be hard to do when you have Saird coming to the inside in that 88 car. Oh my gosh, look at the bumps from those cars. That is wicked to see. Oh, the crossover. Plasma went to the outside. Saird passed him, but then Plasma crossed him over coming out of 1. What a move. But even with that great move, it's not enough to get a drive away from that 88. You can see on the track display, once again, these cars are getting pretty single-filed out. And here we just saw him, a driver coming back to the NFRL after missing last week, Kuma, the NRL Season 1 champion, driving Daniel Suarez's Xfinity Championship car. And he's also running the number that he wanted, the number 97 for Team Hendrick. And you can see up here, Plasma is trying to avoid letting the 88 draft off of him. It's only lap 10 or lap 11 of stage 1, and Plasma really just wants to win. Almost into the outside wall coming out of 1. Good Lord. Yeah, like we said, these cars are starting to fan out and get single file, but Kuma's actually catching his teammate a little bit. Yeah, Kuma's at the bumper of the 88. This could get interesting. Because if these two can tandem up and get drafting... Oh, big hit out of the turn 4. Cars are around. That's a caution. Wow. It is Wraith again in the 20. Wraith had a problem getting loose in turn 1 that brought out the first caution, and now he's loose again. I think someone got into him, though. Let's check back and see what happened. So we're going to look off the roof cam of the 23 car, another new driver. So as they're coming through 4, Wraith had Car Freak and Down East behind him. Yep, he just got into the wall, and then he was punching the gas down, and he just couldn't get the power down out of the corner. Unfortunate for that team, but that will indeed bring out the second caution of the day. Cars are coming down the front straightaway for the restart as the pace car is going to dive onto pit lane. And this could get really interesting because the front row is Plasma and Saird, but Plasma has a stacked line of pushers behind him. Both of the Haas cars and Kuma. Here we go, green flag. Saird actually got a good restart with that 34 behind him. And look at the 34 car, one of the new drivers joining us this weekend. He's going to go to the outside, but it looks like Saird is going to hold the lead. We've got the Haas cars side by side for third. Now going through this corner side by side can get a little sketchy. Oh, that's crazy. And they are going to stay side by side. That's not a great decision, especially for teammates. Coming out of 4, Clint got out of it a little bit. At least 3 or 4 cars went into the wall hard out of 4. And with all of that, Sarah is still going to hold the lead, but Plasma is coming. See if Plasma goes to the inside. No, he's going to push him. Now we know that Plasma likes to go to the outside of this corner and really hit a crazy apex. He's going to do it again. You see Sarah gets way to the outside of the corner, but then here comes Plasma. Look at the speed he carries off. Wow, but Sarah was actually still able to get the speed down out of that corner. And no, here comes Plasma to the inside. I guess forget what I just said, because Plasma got all the speed to the lead going to the inside of turn 4. And yeah, he's going to take the lead, but here comes Car Freak behind Serd. The Haas cars are trying to catch up to these leaders. And once again, look at Plasma. He's all the way to the inside trying to avoid giving draft to the 88, and the 88 is not following him. Alright, well look at the gap between the 12 and the 88. Here comes the Haas cars to the inside of the 88 car. I'm really not sure why Sarah didn't follow Plasma, because that draft gives you so much speed. Well, we know Car Freak won't let that happen, because Car Freak is getting a heck of a run going on the back straightaway. He might get there for turn 4. And yeah, here he comes to the inside. He underbraked a little bit coming out of 4. Plasma's going to cross him over. That was really dangerous by that Haas driver. He wanted that lead. Car Freak goes to the inside. Will his teammate follow him? Side by side for the lead going into 1. They got to cross this bump, and it's 3 wide for the lead going through 1. Clint is there. Clint has the spot, and Clint will go to the lead, but here comes Plasma on the outside. Still side by side for the lead as Car Freak is going to go to 3rd. Wow. And again, this racetrack is pretty new to these drivers. Like, I've never seen a pack of cars race here before. And here comes Car Freak to the inside. He's going to pass his teammate, but here comes Plasma, and he almost took the lead. Plasma would have had that, but Car Freak's going to block him heavily coming out of 5. Plasma's trying. I'm not sure if he wants to stay on Car Freak's bumper or if Car Freak's just really blocking him that good. Clint's going to have a run. Let's see where he goes, because if he has all that speed, the inside might be a little bit risky. Car Freak to the outside. Plasma giving him a little bit of a push. Car Freak tried to get in front of his teammate. He will, actually. What a move by that 14 car. And while we watch all of this, we have a massive pack of cars back here racing for 5th. Oh, down. He's got into the wall hard right as we went back to look at that. No caution. He's all right, but very hard hit. Look at this. Sarah climbed his way back up to the lead. He's going to pass Plasma on the outside. He's going to try to catch up to these Haas cars. And we said this at the start. Practice was insane to watch because Stuart Haas was just having so much speed compared to the rest of the field. Now again, practice and racing are 2 very different things, as Car Freak got really sideways going through 1. If he would have turned that wheel any harder, I think he would have been sideways. And again, this track is technically a road course, but it technically isn't, because it's really not that complicated. But obviously with the turn 1 or the turn 2 and turn 4 braking zones, definitely qualifies it for a road course. Clint and Car Freak got into the wall. Both of them did, actually, a little bit back there. And there is a car around out of 4. A car around. Caution flag is out. You have to see who it is. As we look at the bumper of Wraith, it looked like Kuma got around, so let's see what happened, because I didn't see it. Wraith just under-braked the crap out of turn 4. Yeah, he just cleaned out Kuma. Yikes. Like, he was going to the corner and just either he didn't have brakes or he forgot there was a turn there, or I don't know what to think about that, but wow. Alright, we're going to get these cars grouped back up and have a restart, and we're going to see how this pit cycle goes through. Cars are coming out of turn 5, and here we go for this restart. Stuart Haas cars are in the inside lane. Plasma's on the outside on the front row. And Clint is your control car for this restart. And we have just 10 laps to go to end stage 1. Car Freak gives a huge bump to his teammate, but Plasma had a decent start too. See what these Haas cars can do on the inside. Clint's going to try to hold that line. Here comes Car Freak on the inside. Plasma's going to give a shot to the 10. It looks like they are 3 wide. Yeah, they were for a second. Clint got into the wall, but they are side by side for the lead. Car Freak and Plasma. And they go side by side through that tight corner. It's only stage 1. These guys want that win really bad. They are still side by side. Coming out of turn 4, here comes Clint. Oh, Clint just gave a shot to the 12. Holy crap. And with that, Luna, one of the new racers, the number 23 Camry for Joe Gibbs, goes to 2nd place. A new driver of this league, driving the champion Camry, joining Joe Gibbs Racing. And now he is pushing Car Freak down the front straightaway. This is crazy to watch. Now Car Freak's teammate is going to come. Speaking of Car Freak, there he goes to the outside. Somehow he's going to hold the lead, but here comes Luna to his inside. No, Car Freak's going to hold the lead on that dangerously outside line. I'm shocked that he didn't hit the yellow and just spin, because that's where the grip just leaves the cars. Here comes Luna to the inside. Luna goes to the lead, and all these cars are bunching up like crazy. At least 3 cars into the wall. Car Freak just went from 1st to 7th in one corner, and this massive jam of cars all just passed him like easy as anything. Clint has a decent lead, but Kuma now in 2nd place. He's going to get a decent run. FRL, one of our other new drivers, is up here in position. Driving that 34 Baja Blast car, 3 wide through 1, almost 4 wide going through there. 88 almost got spun out. Holy crap. They're going to get out of that 3 wide situation, because that would not work through turn 2. And it looks like there's another caution. Cars around coming out of 1. As we look back, Wraith and Luna were coming into turn 1. Wraith was just trying to get to the inside of Luna, gave him a little bit of a shot, and then he just went around and got hard into the wall. But hey, Luna was just up there. Luna took the lead. He actually pushed Car Freak into turn 1, so this driver might be new, but not too bad for a new driver. Cars are coming to the start-finish line. We have Plasma and Clint on the front row. Kuma and Sarad make up row 2. It looks like Down East and Car Freak make up row 3. And this is going to be a crazy restart, because it looks like we're going to have just 5 laps to go. Green flag is out. Here comes the restart. More cars on the inside line. Let's see if they can get a better jump. Clint's going to get a great run on the outside. 88 car giving him a great push. He's going to try to dive to the inside of the 12. Gets a huge shot to the outside, and Plasma's going to skate right on by for the lead. Car Freak almost turned Plasma. And then we do have a car around in turn 1. That's going to be another caution. It looks like Clint actually got around. So we're going to watch the hood view of the 20 car. So Clint is up there in the lead right there. You see him dive to the inside, and then he just got a big shot from the 12. Goes all the way out into the grass, into the wall, and then coming out, he just could not save it and goes around. Well, just like that, in one corner, the control car of the restart went from 1st to last. All right, stage 1 is coming to a close rapidly, so let's get them lined up again. Coming out of turn 5 for the restart. There are just 4 laps to go in stage 1 of the Blue Moon Beer 200. Coming into the restart zone, the 88 is the control car, and green flag. 4 laps to settle stage 1. Sarah got a little bit wiggly there. Car Freak did not get a good restart, but Car Freak's going to go all the way to the outside. Here comes Plasma on the inside. A lot of beating and banging. Look at that 34 car to the inside, almost 4 wide through turn 1. FRL, the new guy driving that 34, he was not hesitant to try to go for a position. And now, once again, I don't know if it's just a magic number or something, but 4 cars are now grouped up at the front and have a little bit of a gap between them and the rest of the pack. Everybody comes out of 4 okay, and Plasma's going to get a great run out of 4. Look at the gap between Plasma and those other 3 cars. He was literally driving with them in turn 4, and now he's just driving away when they have 3 cars worth of draft. Good lord. And like I said, in practice, I'm pretty sure Plasma was at least 2/10 or more faster than the rest of the pack. And like we said, whenever he gets out in front, he could be gone. Plasma, I think he was going to race in the NRL in Season 2, but then he had to leave because of obligations. But he even said in an interview that he does not like this racetrack at all, but that doesn't mean you're going to be slow here. Coming out of forward. Look at that run that Plasma gets just by. Everybody's just waving him off as he's driving away. So unless a caution comes out, Plasma's looking to get his first stage win of this season. As they come through one man, Plasma's car's all over the place, really wiggling through one. Kuma goes way to the outside. Carfreak's going to pass him along with Saird. That almost was that caution. Carfreak's trying to push Saird up to him, but that 12 is untouchable. Around turn 4, oh, Carfreak gave Saird a big push. Here comes Carfreak to the inside. They're side by side for second. Plasma's really loving the sight of that right now. They're still side by side. If they wanted to catch that 12, they'd be bumper to bumper right now. That was a dumb decision by that 14 driver. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for stage 1. And Plasma driving Ryan Blaney's number 12 PPG car. Penske only has 1 car entered in this season so far. There's 3 open slots on that team because each team can have up to 4 drivers. Penske would love to have another car added to their team, but right now they are thrilled with what Plasma's doing. Coming out of turn 4, you see Plasma's just, he rockets off of that corner. I don't know how he does that because he's just so much quicker than the rest of the field. And coming around the final turn, flag holder has the checkered flag, and Plasma's slow! Plasma is out of gas on the front straightaway. There goes Saird for the stage win! Plasma ran out of gas out of the final corner, and he is going to finish 5th in stage 1. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Okay, we have to look at that. That's insane. We're going to watch the hood view of the 88 because he just came out of 4. Plasma is just rocketing off like he always does out of turn 4. Literally, look at the gap he had on the 88 car. And then right there, you can see him slowing, trying to shake it to get gas in the car, and just blazes right by the 12. You see here, Plasma's just coasting to the start-finish line. And he just ever so barely got 5th place because those other cars were coming. Man, Penske had this in the bag, and then I told you a couple laps ago on a restart that not many cars pitted, and clearly Plasma needs to redo his fuel mileage because he cannot go 1 stage without pitting. What an ending to this stage, and this is only stage 1, folks. I'm thrilled to see stages 2 and 3. Well, after that crazy ending to stage 1, the cars are all fueled up, hopefully for the 12's sake. The cars are coming around to the choose cone out of turn 4 for this restart of stage 2. And this has been a crazy first stage. I must say, the racing we've seen so far, this track seems really decent for a race. Looking at the pace car here, Maverick, the NFRL's pace car driver currently, makes every race and makes sure to drive with us. And here we go. Carfreak and Saird, your front row for the restart. Green flag is in the air, and look at that. The front 2 cars went and the rest didn't. Because Carfreak and Saird both got a decent gap between them and the lines behind them. You see Carfreak all the way to the apron trying to hold that lead. And I'm almost positive that the 88 almost ate wall right there. Carfreak's going to hold the lead. Look at Clint. Where did he come from? I'm pretty sure if you look back, Clint was in probably the furthest row back. And there he goes, side by side for the lead. Lap 1 of stage 2, and Clint goes from basically the back to the front in 1 lap. Not even. Here comes Kuma. He almost had to run the inside of Carfreak, but now Carfreak's going to jump in front of him. And look at the run by Clint to the lead. He will lead lap 1 of stage 2, and I mean, the Haas cars had speed, but it looked like Carfreak was faster than Clint. But right now in this race, Clint is way quicker as Carfreak and Kuma shoot way to the outside. It looks like Kuma is around, and that will be a yellow flag. Carfreak overcooked the crap out of that car. And then Kuma just followed suit. That could have been way worse than what it was. If y'all did not see the Blue Moon 250 video, I highly recommend you go watch it. An hour of 40 minutes worth of racing and a lot of great racing in that video. Here we're coming down to the restart. Haas and Gibbs on the front row. Green flag is back out. And again, a much bigger line on that inside groove. See if Clint's going to be able to hold that lead, but he has a hungry 16 car behind him. And here he comes, side by side for the lead once again. We've seen a lot of that already today. The 12 and the 10, side by side, mostly for the lead. Wow, Plasma screwed that corner, but it looks like Wraith gave him a shot coming out, so that's going to fix him. Going on to turn 5. Clint is trying to pull Plasma's trick. And Plasma will get the run on the outside, side by side for the lead. Penske is battling hard with these Haas cars. Plasma has the run on the outside. Clint is going to get in front of him. What a move. Oh, they were almost side by side for the lead again, but Plasma's going to settle in behind him. Here coming to turn 4. Plasma's going to dive bomb the inside of the corner. Can he make it stick? Clint got major sideways, and yeah, Plasma made that stick. Holy cow, what a move. You see these cars, they are really single file. Look at that line of cars. Holy cow. You see them all blasting by. I mean, what a sight. And again, being new to this racetrack, you just don't know what to expect. But the racing here today has been just great. Lone tries to get to the inside of Car Freak. Almost made it stick, but Car Freak's going to have the run on the outside. As we look back up at this leader, Clint is showing so much speed in that 10 Camaro. They go to the inside, try to hold the position over Plasma. Wraith is around. He did save it. What a save by that 20 car. Wraith has had an unstable car all day, much like he did last week at Blue Moon. And he just really saved a big wreck from happening. See, now that actually helped Clint a little bit because Plasma fell back a little bit. Here comes Down East. He's going to try to get to the inside of Plasma for second place. Plasma has that outside run, but Down East does have the inside. Plasma's going to get the run ever so barely over the 16. This is crazy. Here comes Car Freak out of nowhere. A couple laps ago, he was racing with Lone. Now here he is up in fourth, trying to go for the lead. Coming through this last corner. Now that braking zone is just crazy to watch because the cars in the draft can get up to maybe 100 and maybe 150 mile an hour, 160, and then all of a sudden they have to slow down to at least 80 or so to get around that corner in a pack. It's just crazy. And here we go. Penske and Roush on the outside, and those Haas cars on the inside. Clint got a decent run, but look at Plasma's run on the outside. Plasma is the class of the field right now. Clint has most laps led, but Penske just has the speed in their car today. So those Haas cars have the run on the inside going into turn 4. It's still a little bit dangerous to be that fast going into turn 4. Clint is going to put the 12 right into the wall, and everybody's going to blaze right by Plasma. A little bit of a dirty move, but sometimes there's genuinely nothing you can do in that corner. And now once again, they bunch up in the corners and then just fade out in the straightaways, single file. Now while Down East is not on Stuart Haas, he does have a little bit of a partnership with Stuart Haas for this season. Plasma all over Down East's bumper trying to get back to those Haas cars. Because obviously anybody can win this race, but if there's one thing that's going to get in Plasma's way of winning this race, it's going to be probably a Haas car. Because again, Stuart Haas just found some speed here today. Not really sure where they found it, but they are really showing it. You see Clint has a great run with that corner. Car Freak went really slow coming out of turn 4. And that is a caution on the track. Looks like we have a car around coming out of turn 2 maybe. And again, there's been, I think, 3 or 4 cautions so far this race, and you haven't seen any of them because these leaders, there's so much happening at the front of the pack, we're just not paying attention to the cautions. But alright, because of that, we'll go back and look and see what happened. We're going to look hood view of Kuma in the 97. So it is once again Wraith. So Wraith gets into Sarah a little bit, side by side for 6th. And then coming through here, Wraith just completely missed that corner. I don't know what happened. I honestly didn't think it was possible to miss that corner that bad. But that was a horribly hard lick for that Gibbs team. Cars are coming around for the restart, nearing halfway for stage 2. And again, this has just been an incredible race so far. And this is only race 2 of season 1 of the NFRL. Going down to the start-finish line, green flag is out. Once again, the Haas cars on the inside row up front. See if both of them can get a good restart and take the lead back. You see that 34 is back there trying to make a move. Here comes Carfreak to the inside. Sarah's going to go with him. Clint is almost sideways. And Carfreak is going to go to the lead in that Mountain Dew Voltage car. And here comes the other Mountain Dew car, trying to make a move to get up to third. They were 4 wide in the back there for a second. Carfreak got a decent little gap between him and the 88, but that's not going to stay there long. It might actually. Here comes the 34, one of the new drivers to second place. I'd never thought I'd say this, but right now we have 2 Mountain Dew cars running 1-2. That's cool to see. Carfreak has a huge lead between him and second place. Again, FRL is new to this league, but he decided to join Chip Ganassi Racing, driving the Michael McDowell number 34 car, but he decided to pick the real-life Baja Blast NASCAR, which looks pretty cool. Again, just a huge group of cars. They're a little bit spread out, but then once you have these packs, it's just crazy. 3 wide, how about for second place? Through turn 4, that was never going to work. With all that, Clint's going to go to second, and somehow FRL actually holds third. How do you go 3 wide on a back straightaway that is that narrow? And it looks like caution's out. We got word that Wraith spun out of turn 4 again. So that will be a caution, and again, sorry that we're not seeing these cautions when they happen, but they're happening so far back you just can't see them because there's so much focus on the lead right now because everything is happening up here near the front. And again, we've said that Plasma has speed and the Hendrick cars have speed, but there's still just, there's almost a lead change 2 or 3 times every lap. Alright, we are actually just about to pass halfway for stage 2, so let's get them grouped back up. Cars are coming around for the restart, and about half of the field went to the pits, but the top 4 or 5 didn't. And now, once again, Haas cars on the inside row. That must be their team strategy because they have a lot of success on the restarts. And then we have Lone up here in that Goodyear Richard Petty car starting on the front row. Here we go, coming across the start-finish line here, and green flag is back out. Entering lap 18 of stage 2. See, wow, actually Wraith gave Lone a great shot. He's staying right with Carfreak through 1. Carfreak overshot a little bit. Here comes Clint to the inside. They are almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide for the lead, and there goes Sarah by all of them. Look at that Hendrick Motorsports Camaro just blaze by the Stewart Haas cars. And again, Sarah won stage 1 today. He won a stage last week, so he's really looking forward to getting more points today if he can. Clint is just drifting through that corner. Don't mind him, whatever you do. And with that move, Clint goes to the lead, and Stewart Haas will retain first and second once again, but here comes Kuma in that 97 Hendrick car up to third. You know what? The camera angles are actually a little bit different at this racetrack compared to the triangle, and the little differences they made in the cameras look really cool. As Carfreak overshot the crap out of the corner, and that might give him the lead as they are almost 3 wide. Wraith is a little bit out of control out of 1. Carfreak holds the lead barely over these hungry race car drivers wanting this stage win. There's still about 12 laps to go, and these drivers are racing like every lap is the last lap. Carfreak loses the lead once again. Here comes Kuma to the inside. He's going to go by with Sarah on his bumper. Carfreak's going to go from first to fourth, and Clint goes back to the lead. And now a big draft chain going down the front straightaway. When you get these cars chained together like this, it's very hard to catch them. They are basically 4 wide for the lead going through turn 1. Not a single crap was given today. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Clint holds the lead, and right there, 4 wide 1 second, and then single file the next second. And again, this is kind of crazy because it's literally Hendrick versus Haas. 2 Hendrick drivers, 2 Haas drivers. And they are 3 wide. Kuma takes a look to the inside of the 88, and that's going to make the 88 slow down tremendously. And they are 3 wide once again, coming out of 5. Holy crap. And folks, this is green flag, not a yellow, and they are somehow not wrecking. The amount of experience you have with these drivers is tremendous, but you can't go 3 wide, stop that 3 wide, and then go 3 wide again. It looks like Kuma lost into turn 1. He is around. That is a caution, but I'm sorry. You don't understand the level of competitiveness that these drivers are showing. And it's only the second half of stage 2. You know what? I just want to look at that again, because I'm astonished at what just happened. Okay, so we're just going to watch hood view of Car Freak. So here we go. 88 has the look on the inside, and then Kuma has the look on the inside on the 88. Literally almost turns him, and then Car Freak shoots to the inside, and they go 3 wide after that 3 wide got interrupted. Back-to-back 3 wide scenarios, nobody wrecked, and somehow they all got through it. That is ridiculous. I don't care who you are, that is insane. And again, green flag, no caution. A caution came out after turn 1. But certainly not when they can go 3 wide 2 different times in the same corner. Don't dare throw a yellow for that. Alright, we're going to have under 10 laps to go for stage 2. And things are certainly heating up. Because we have 2 31-lap stages for the first 2. And then I believe we have a 50-lap stage for the final one. Either way, every single lap is going to be raced like this, I guarantee you, and it's going to be fun. I can't wait. Let's finish this stage first, though, if they can. Drivers are coming down the front straightaway for the restart, and once again, Stewart Haas on the inside line, Clinton Car Freak, and you have Saird and Wraith on the outside. Green flag is out. We will have 9 laps to go. Car Freak got a humongous run to the inside with the help of his teammate. Car Freak's going to hold that way inside line. He will hold the lead, it looks like, for now. Here comes Lone to the outside of Clint, side by side for second place. And Lone is going to take over second place from Clint. We haven't seen him all day except in the mid-pack, and here he goes. He's going to battle for the lead. Oh, he got into Clint a little bit. Oh, they're beating and banging out of turn 4 into the wall. Lone is going to get the best out of that scenario. Lone will stay in front of the 88, but here comes Saird to the inside. Side by side for second place, and there goes Saird blowing right by. Actually, wow. Lone slowed down tremendously coming out of 5. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. You see here, Car Freak got a really decent run and a really decent gap between him and Saird. Car Freak, wow, he was almost at the yellow and then dove to the blue rumble stretch. You almost never see something like that out of the 14 car, but yeah, here comes Saird. Might as well use that as an advantage, and here he comes to the outside. Now to the inside of 4. Can he complete the pass for the lead? And yeah, what a move by Saird. He's going to be able to complete the pass through this corner, certainly. Car Freak got into the wall a little bit coming out of 1, and because of that, Saird chased him down the entire rest of the racetrack and passed him. You see Car Freak, though, he is hanging in there on the inside. And here comes Clint. Where is he going to go? He's going to go to the inside. Oh, I thought he was going to clip his teammate, but somehow he didn't. Here comes Saird. He's going to try the crossover. It doesn't work. Almost. I don't know. I do not know anymore. That looked like they were going to crash at least 3 or 4 times. Now side by side, Haas cars are side by side. Car Freak's going to try to jump the corner out of 4. 3 wide out of turn 4. Oh my gosh. Clint is going to hold the lead. Here comes Kuma behind Car Freak. How do you go 3 wide out of that corner? And guess what? Caution is out, but not because of that. We have a car spinning on the back straightaway, but not because of the 3 wide that we just saw. Again, there's going to be a lot of beating and banging in a race like this, but how are they not just obliterating themselves coming out of these corners 3 wide? Let's take a look back at what happened real quick before we get to the restart. Okay, so I apologize. I take back what I said. The caution actually did come out because of what just happened in that 3 wide situation. So we see here 3 wide. Sarah got the absolute worst of it. His car got hooked on the wall, couldn't get off of the wall, and then that was enough for a caution because he basically spun out with a massive load of cars coming by. Either way, though, it wasn't much of a spin, so basically that 3 wide thing somehow worked, ever so barely. It certainly worked for the other 2 cars. But alright, we'll line them up as this stage is about to come to a close. Cars are coming around for the restart. We have Clint and Down East on the front row, and then we have a second row sponsored by Mountain Dew, quite literally. They're coming to the start-finish line. Green flag is out. Only a few laps remaining for this stage. 4 laps to go, to be exact. Let's see what Clint can do. Here comes Carfreak to the inside. Clint overshot it majorly. I think Clint got a shot from his teammate. Carfreak's going to go by to the lead, and here comes that other Mountain Dew car to follow. FRL is a new driver to this, basically entirely. He's never driven a cup car of this sort. And here he comes on Carfreak's bumper, side by side for the lead. Here we go. FRL got around him. He's going to underbrake a little bit coming out of the last corner. Carfreak's going to go back around. Wow, these, again, they're both sponsoring Mountain Dew, so basically Mountain Dew Voltage versus Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Coming to the start-finish line, here comes FRL to the inside, and FRL is going to lead that lap. A new driver to the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League and a new driver to this style of racing in general, and he just led a lap over Carfreak. What a move. Oh, and the car is going to spin hard through 1. Looks like it was Clint in the 10 car. Not sure what happened there. We were too focused on the leader. We see here Clint was running 3rd. He got under his teammate. Oh, Carfreak gave him a huge shot, got him loose, and then Carfreak basically finished the job on that one. Good Lord. I don't think I saw any brake lights on that 14, so Carfreak was just in it. And then Clint just had nowhere to go because that car got way too loose. Alright, the cars are coming down the front straightaway, and there are just 2 laps to go. Now, here's the thing. They're going to go green, but if a caution comes out before the white, that will officially end the stage. But if not, we'll end the stage normally. And here we go, a Mountain Dew front row for you. How about that? Voltage and Baja Blast once again. If there was ever going to be a battle between those 2 flavors, this is certainly one to watch. FRL gets a great start on the inside. Carfreak's going to try something. FRL goes way too far to the inside. Oh, they are all getting into each other. Cars hard into the wall through turn 1. That might be a caution. It is a multi-car wreck, and yes, that is a caution. And just like that, stage 1 will officially end under yellow. FRL had a good restart, but it looks like he dove too far to the inside, and because of that, he fell back to 4th. But either way, being a new driver to this in general, being his first race with these guys, finishing a stage in 4th place, that is certainly good looking on his resume. But alright, stage 2 is going to come to a close, and Carfreak is going to get his first stage win of this season. He's going to have his teammate following right behind him, so Stuart Haas will take a 1-2 for this stage. We've said it a few times already that Haas could easily be the class of the field today, and they are certainly showing their speed right now with this stage. Cars are coming around for the restart to officially start stage 3, and boy, this has been just an incredible race. Whoever wins this race is going to have a really big advantage, because being able to say you won at this racetrack, that's a crazy thing to be able to say about your NFRL career, certainly. Here we go to the restart. Once again, the front row sponsored by Mountain Dew. Carfreak's going to get a good run, but FRL got a great restart with the help of that 88 car. Going through turn 1, Carfreak gives him a little bit of a shot, coming through 1, and they are 4 wide for 2nd place behind Carfreak. Somehow that's going to work out. How? I'm not going to ask, but here we go. Stuart Haas 1-2, and FRL not too far behind in 3rd. And once again, a big single file line as Clint is going to get a run to the inside going into 4. FRL, he thought about making it 3 wide, but he chose better on that. Clint got wicked loose, and Sayre is around. Caution is out that quickly for the start of this stage, and finally, we actually got to see a caution when it happened near the front. Who would have thought? That was just a huge group of cars going through that corner, and FRL had the shot to make it 3 wide for the lead, but he definitely chose better of it. And Sayre I think he got hit by one of the other cars on the outside, but crazy. Only a few laps into the final stage, and already things are shaking up. Cars are coming around for the restart. We have Clint and FRL in the front row, Car Freak and Plasma in row 2. Coming down to the green flag for another restart. Clint is your control car. Green flag is back out. The Haas cars are going to once again try to stomp on that inside line and get a run. FRL is really unstable on that outside line. Here comes Car Freak to the inside. 3 wide for the lead. Car Freak is going to get by him for now. Are they going to try to cross him over? Not yet. Almost. Boy, those Haas cars are quick when they get together. Kuma and that Hendrick car trying to see if he can do anything to compete. Here comes Lone in 4th. Clint's going to try to go to the inside on 4 again. No, he actually backed out of that. Good move for his teammate. Wraith looked a little unstable coming out of that corner. Clint is really off of the pace. Car Freak goes to the lead. I'm not sure what happened to Clint, but he has fallen back to 3rd. Got Kuma and Car Freak working together. They are former teammates of Stuart Haas in the NRL. It's actually really cool to see them two driving again, as it looks like Clint was almost to the inside for the lead. Car Freak trying to hold that outside momentum. He will not hold it as Kuma's going to go to the lead. Maybe no. Car Freak is going to have the lead, but they are still side by side through that tight corner. Kuma still has it. He's still there. The bumper is still there. It looks like Kuma backed out of it a little bit. That was extremely dangerous. I know it's for the lead, but oh my lord. And we have a car round. Back straightaway. Caution is out. Let's see what happened here, as Kuma is really showing some speed here in this final stage. As we see here, Wraith was coming out of turn 1. He got a little bit of a shot from Plasma that he was not expecting, and you can see him. He's hard on the brakes, and he just could not control that race car. Something is extremely wrong with that 20 car. Because Luna is new. Luna's driving the 23 Camry for Joe Gibbs. He's having an okay day considering he's a newer driver. But Wraith is the winner from last weekend, and all of a sudden he just can't control that race car whatsoever. He's going to be in last place on this restart, but I don't know what's wrong. I mean, he was barely even coming out of the turn at speed, and he still spun. They need to make a pit stop and fix whatever's wrong with that race car. Just a lot of people prefer that inside line, but if there's a spot open on the front row, FRL is certainly going to take it. Restart is underway. Kuma gave a huge shot to the 14. Car Freak's going to hold the lead. He has to get way to the inside. Kuma's going to stick his nose in there and take the lead. What a move by that 97 car. Eris riding on board that car for this week. And Kuma is going to go to the lead, the Season 1 NRL champion. So actually right now, in the top 2, we have 2 of the NRL champions, as they are almost 3 wide back there in that mega pack. Out of that last corner, and everybody's going to get through it all right. 88 got a little bit loose, but he will hold it. Nice save. So many race cars. It is so cool to see this many race cars on a track like this. And next weekend, we're going to our first official road course. We'll be going to Dragon Trail Seaside, which that track has proved to be a big success for Car Freak, Flutter, and a lot of the NRL guys. Car Freak coming down to turn 1. You hear him a little low rev out of there. It looks like he might have shifted a little bit early. Oh, the cars are looking really shaky back here. Plasma's trying to push Clint up to the leaders. They are almost side by side. Car Freak's trying to stay with it. Kuma went to the inside a little bit early to anticipate Car Freak getting a run on the outside. It certainly paid off for him, as he's going to gap Car Freak going into turn 5. See, they're really getting spread out at this racetrack. Like, the leader's crossing the start-finish line now. and the last place car just came out of 5. That's how spread out they are. Like, look at the track display. You really see that the cars are extremely spread out. And Kuma leading this race. This is actually really incredible to see, because Kuma is one of those drivers that he definitely has the ability to win races, but in the NRL, he doesn't win very many races, but he's always in the points battle. And it looks like we have another caution on the field. We do have a car around. Let's see who it is. So FRL, the new driver in this league, driving the number 34. It looks like the car finally got away from him a little bit. You see there, all the bump got him. You saw that car wheel lock and just get wicked loose. Basically nothing he could have did, and just spun out trying to get out of the grass. Simple mistake. Sometimes that little dip in turn 1 can get you. Good thing he kept it out of the wall, though, basically. I don't think he got into the wall. He might have tapped it a little bit, but good thing it was minimal damage for that 34 team. Coming down for the restart zone with that lane choice. Kuma picked the inside, and Plasma's all the way up on the front row. Green flag is out. I'm not sure how Plasma got all the way to the front row, but here we go. Luna is coming on the inside line. He's only in second place. No, third place. Goes up to second. Here he comes. He's going to try to get around Plasma for second. Can he do it? Did he? Yes, it looks like he did. Luna in that number 23 champion car goes to second place around Plasma. And again, just a humongous group of cars coming down to this last corner. Luna gets out of it okay. Everybody gets out of it okay. A really tight race coming out of that corner. Car is around. Car's around. Caution flag is out. And I am going to take a guess, since I can't see, that it is that unstable 20 car. And yes, that Joe Gibbs 20 team is once again spun out. That is just atrocious to see a racer that cannot control his race car to that degree. But again, there has to be something wrong with that race car, because I also heard that Wraith and Sarah are kind of testing together. So maybe Wraith is running a similar setup to what Sarah is, but Wraith does not have that car under control. So the cars are coming around turn 4 for the restart, and as they get formed up with this choose cone, we now officially have Flutter in the race in the number 9 car. He's being scored a few laps down. Not sure if he's going to be able to make those up before the end of the race. If you see Flutter go up in the formation grid on the left, that's not going to be true because he's a few laps down. But with all that being said, we have just 34 laps to go for this stage and the race. And here we go. Kuma and Luna on the front row. That's funny to say. Let's see if Kuma can hold that inside line. He's got Clint behind him. Coming out of the corner. 3 wide for second place. Still 3 wide now for 5th place. And they were almost 4 wide going through that corner. And they're still basically 3 wide in a bunch back here. I don't know if they're going to make it through 4. They have to slow down a lot to make sure they don't wreck. And again, that huge bunch in the back somehow straightens out and gets into a nice organized line on the front straightaway, apparently. And these 3, Clint, Car Freak, and Plasma, the fastest cars here today. More than likely, if I had to guess, one of these cars is going to win this race, because you can see here, they are now gapping themselves to the rest of the pack, as they are almost 3 wide doing so. And we have another car around. Caution is out. Cars around on turn 1. Let's see who it is. If we were looking hood view of the 16, you see FRL got really loose. He just could not hold the line. Got into the wall and literally just could not steer out of it. And that will bring out a caution. But you see, what I want to see again is this restart. So we're going to look at the hood view of the 20 car. So when they go down here, just watch the lead cars. So they're not 3 wide yet. Plasma's going to dive to the inside. And right there, 3 wide for second place. That works out. Now 3 wide for 5th place between these drivers. Now 2 wide, 3 wide still for 3rd place. And most of them stay 2 wide, almost 3 wide again back in the pack. And then this huge group just files out, and they all go single file. Look at them! 3 wide still! I have no answers. I certainly have a lot of questions, but no answers. And once again, the Haas cars lined up on the inside. The Haas cars have really found something with that inside line. And also Kuma, once again, lining up behind the Haas cars. He might have found something working with them. Here we go. Green flag. Here comes the restart. Car Freak and Clint, once again, a great run on that inside. Can they hold it? Clint gave Car Freak a little bit of a shot, but Car Freak's going to use that as they are 4 wide back in the pack for 3rd, or I think that was 5th maybe. Either way, 4 wide through turn 1. Car Freak and Clint are going to get to the lead again. Plasma not too far behind, and here comes Luna, the new driver in that 23 car, up to 4th. Clint thought about it. He is going to go to the inside. Can he complete the pass? Completed the pass for now, but here comes Car Freak back on the inside. Car Freak's going to go back to the lead. Clint just overshot it. Car Freak goes way to the outside. That's going to open the door for Plasma. Plasma's going to stay in 2nd, but here comes Clint trying to get around him. Plasma's going to block the inside. Here comes Clint to the outside. There goes Kuma with him. What a move for the 10 to get side by side with the 12. 2 wide for 2nd place. Car Freak went way to the outside, and they are 3 wide for the lead going out of turn 1. And Clint just passed them both. Clint got a heck of a run on the inside. He's able to pass everybody. Then you see this huge group of cars. Oh, the 23 is into the wall, and the 23 is around. Luna had nowhere to go coming through that corner, and he just sailed it into the wall. All right, well, that'll be another caution. Luna's going to get caught back up to the field, and we will have another restart. Cars are coming around for the restart. We have Clint and Plasma on the front row. Down East and Kuma in row 2. I think Car Freak fell to the back a little bit because of a pit stop, but here we go. Green flag is out. Clint gets a pretty decent restart on the inside, but Plasma's there. Here they come way to the inside. They are 3 wide. Oh, the 2 wide for the lead. Almost 3. Coming out of the corner, and there we go. And 2, 3, 4. They are 5 wide coming out of turn 1. 5 cars were just side by side for a second. If you did not see that, we will look at it again, but that, I've never seen that before. I have never seen the ability to take 5 cars and basically put them side by side, door to door. With all of that happening, Plasma's going to go to the lead. 2 wide battle for 2nd place as Kuma's going to give Car Freak a push. It looks like we have a car around. Okay, so it looks like, I think it was Wraith again that spawned, maybe. Yeah, okay, Wraith spawned, so yeah, we already know what happened with that. We need to look at what just happened with that restart. So we're going to spectate these cars. We're going to spectate from the 23's point of view. And we're going to pause it at this one moment because here we come out of the corner, and right there, you can't really see it much. We're going to get a different camera angle for you. Right there, you can see that literally they were 5 wide coming out of that corner. Obviously, the middle 3 were all bunched up. Lone had a fast run on the inside, and Wraith was a little bit slow, and then they all just got bunched up. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is some of the best racing that I've ever seen. And what's better is, they didn't crash. They all got that worked out before turn 2, and then nothing happened. This is some of the best racing for these Cup cars I've ever seen. I'm going to show you another angle, looking back from the 88. So you can see here, the 88 gets wicked loose, and look at him, 5 wide! 5 wide right there coming out of 1, and then it transitions to 4, then 3, and somehow it turns into 2 wide tandems going into the corner. If the driver of the 88 saw that when he was driving, I don't know how he didn't poop himself and ask the crew chief what was going on, and ask his spotter if he was alive after seeing that. But alright, let's get him round up for a restart. Cars are coming down the front straightaway. We have Plasma and Sarah on the front row, Clint and Flutter in row 2, and for this restart, we're going to crank it up. Saw a lot of great racing there during that crank it up. It looked like they were 4 wide there for a second, back in the pack across the start-finish line there. We're looking back because the leaders are pretty much single file right now, but this group right here, this group of cars is just going haywire. Down East keeps bouncing between about 5th and maybe kind of last, but he's still staying with them. Then we see Flutter up in that 9 car. Was not here for stages 1 or 2, so we haven't seen what he can do in that 9 car, but right now, he's pretty fast. And right now, 3 of the 4 Hendrick drivers are present, so that's cool to see. See, Down East got a decent run on the outside with Flutter. There's pretty much 3, you might argue 4, but about 3 main packs of cars. And the leaders are just extremely fast right now. And of course, it's literally just the Haas cars up in the lead. I thought it was actually 3 or 4 cars, but no. These Haas cars have just branched out and started to drive away. Now, we haven't seen this yet. We didn't see it last week, and we haven't seen it this week yet, but we have not seen a green flag pit stop cycle. That would be really interesting because this race could go to green for the rest of the race. And if that happens, all of these drivers have to start thinking, how much fuel do they have left? How far can they go? If they need to make another pit stop, when does it need to be? So the strategies right now, there's probably a lot of talking going on these team radios. See, Carfrey got a great run. He's going to be side by side with Clint. Not sure if that was by design because these drivers need to stay with each other and push if they want to maintain this lead. Because actually, as you see in the back, that other group of cars is starting to get a little bit formed up. See, Carfrey moves behind his teammate now. But look at this. The Hendrick drivers are starting to get very close together and working together. They're going to get a little bit spread out for now, but now that Flutter's up here in 5th, that's going to make it so the Hendrick cars can work together. All they need to do is get linked up, and I'm pretty sure they could chase those 2 leaders down. And once again, Kuma, Saird, Flutter, Lone, they are all drivers in the NRL coming over here to race for a season title. So it's really cool to see all these drivers again on the track together. Kuma's actually gapping Saird a little bit. That's pretty cool. And right as I say that, Flutter gives him a big push, and Saird's going to try to get there. You saw a little bit of smoke come off one of those cars. Might have been a little bit of wheel/brake lock. Got to be really careful coming out of that last corner because it can eat you really quick. There's a car that's way off pace now entering turn 5. I'm not sure what car that is. It might be FRL. But either way, he hasn't wrecked, so obviously we're still green. A lot of smoke coming off of that 9 cars. He's going to go for 3rd. Kuma's not going to let him have it easy, though, because they are still side by side. Flutter's going to settle in behind him for now, and again, whoever pushes the most, they need to be in the back because that's where your speed's going to come from. And right now, the Haas cars, they're trying to stay together and push, but these corners are just so technical. It's almost impossible to run the exact same racing line for 2 consecutive laps. And that can bring a whole slew of problems with it. There you see the gap. And Flutter's going to jump out of the drafting line and try to pass a car or 2. Flutter's going to go to 3rd place. See, Car Freak dives to the inside. He just pulled a mega crossover move on his teammate. These guys are side by side, and I can tell you that is not what they want to see right now. Still side by side, not an ounce of drafting happening here. That's just opening the door wide open for those Hendrick cars in the back. You see right there, yep, Clint's going to go around. I don't know what these guys are doing, but they can't be surprised if they get caught. When they cross the start-finish line, there will be just 15 laps to go. And now they're finally drafting together, these 2 Haas cars. Going down into 1. Carfreak gave Clint a little bit of a shot. Clint is really loose, and here comes Carfreak to the inside. Carfreak's going to easily take the lead after that corner. Clint almost went completely sideways through turn 1. Here they go down the back straightaway. The gap is closing. I can guarantee you that gap is closing between them and the back cars. And who would question it when they were racing like this? Car Freak finally made a smart decision, and we have cars around. Car is spun out of turn 4. Caution is out. That will stir up a lot because now the pit strategy is wide open. As you look from the hood of the 23 car, you see Wraith. Wraith just got to the inside wall of turn 4, and then Lone just overcooked the crap out of that Goodyear Camaro. But with that, caution is out, and there are not many laps remaining as this race is about to come to a close. Cars are coming around turn 4 and coming around to turn 5, and the pit lane will be open this time. And I guarantee you everybody will be coming into the pits to get fresh tires. Here they come into the pit lane, and the 10 car is going to stay out while the rest of the entire field is going to go into the pit lane. I don't know who just came on the radio for that call, but Clint is extremely ballsy doing that. Holy cow. So now he's going to be the leader on the restart, but at the same time, he's going to have an entire field of drivers with fresh tires and a chance at having more fuel than him if he's low. I mean, there might be some method to the madness, but now if he doesn't win this race, he might really question that call. But then if he wins the race, it's never going to be in doubt. You see Car Freak back there. Car Freak was in second when he went into the pits, and he's still in second, but now he has fresh tires and fuel. That's a shocking call by that Haas team. And you would think with how much they've worked together today that if one of them was going to come to the pits, they both would come to the pits. Unless Car Freak didn't tell him. I mean, that's odd. Alright, they're coming around to the choose cone, and once again by design, Stewart Haas cars to the inside lane. And actually the lines look pretty even for this restart. Looks like 5 to the inside and 6 to the outside, maybe? Alright, either way, NFRL, the new driver on the front row. Clint on the front row is your control car for the restart. Car Freak and Sarah row 2 coming to the start-finish line. Green flag is out. The laps are winding down for the Blue Moon Beer 200. Boy, Clint is a little bit loose down there. 3 wide for second, almost 4 wide. Still almost 4 wide as Clint goes way to the outside. He's going to fall off the pace, and Car Freak is going to go to the lead. Wow, that is such a massive pack of cars driving by as you hear them roar by. Here we go, coming to the last corner. It looks like... yeah, caution's out again. Yeah, the 20 car is spun out once again. Again, that Gibbs car, whatever they did to that car today, it was not the right thing to do for this racetrack. Here we go, coming to the restart zone. Car Freak and NFRL on the front row. Here we go, Car Freak gets a little bit of a push. Lone's going to get a push to the 34. Car Freak's going to go way to the inside. Can he hold it? He almost got shot with the 88. They are 4 wide in the back spinning. Car Freak's going to hold the lead, but here comes Sarah on the inside. 2 wide for the lead. And now Lone is up to 3rd place. He's going to try to get up there to challenge. Lone up to 2nd place around Car Freak. 3 wide for 3rd place. I believe they're 3 wide for 2nd place. Into turn 4. 4 cars, it looks like, into the wall, and now Car Freak goes back to the lead. Holy crap. If you had a list of events that just happened in that lap alone, it'd be like a whole page long. And a car is spinning hard. Car spins out of turn 5. Caution is out. Not sure who that was. It was Luna in that 23 Gibbs car, but the Gibbs cars are having problems today. Whenever this race ends and they get back to the garage, they have to figure out what the heck happened with their cars. Cars are coming out of turn 5. We will have just 6 laps to go for the Blue Moon Beer 200. Car Freak and Sarah on the front row. Sarah and the Hendrick cars have really come to life to end this race. And what a better time to do it. Lone is going to give Car Freak a great push on the inside. Car Freak's going to go to the lead, but now he has to hold it on the inside. Lone is going to overshoot it, goes to the middle of the track a little bit. Here comes Clint on the inside, 3 wide for second place. Clint just passed both Lone and Sarah in that first corner. Looks like a car's around again, and yes, car's around. Caution is out. If you look back at this massive restart with this cluster of cars, it looks like, oh yeah, Flutter really helped with that 20 car wrecking. It looked like he was a little bit sideways to start out with, and then Flutter just did not help the cause. But alright, that's going to bunch them back up again, so let's get this restart underway. Car freaking Sarah front row once again, and now we have Clint on the inside with his teammate, and now Lone's on the outside, so this should be interesting. To the start-finish line, green flag is in the air. You hear all those engines revving up. Laps are winding down really quickly, and let's see what these Haas cars can do on the inside once again. Car freak got a little bit of a shot. Here comes Clint on the inside. Haas 2 wide for the lead. Clint gave Carfreak enough of a push to get... Oh my gosh, where did Kuma come from? Kuma's going to go to the lead. Yes, he just bumped that 10 out of the way, but that 10 is not gone yet. Kuma out of nowhere goes to the lead. Here he comes on the inside of turn 4. Takes a little bit of a shot from the 10, but no, he will hold the lead out of 4. Look at Kuma in that Hendrick 97 car. Wow. Clint is going to hold second. We have FRL in third. Carfreak got lost in the mix. He's back in 5th now. I was watching the Haas cars, and all of a sudden, Kuma came up and spoiled it. And that's exactly what Clint is going to try to do. He almost got to the bumper of the 97, but Kuma's going to power off of that corner. Flutter is around. It looks like it might be a multi-car. I'm not sure if that's a caution yet. Doesn't look like it. Flutter got loose out of that corner, but it will stay green for now. Clint is coming. Here he comes to the inside of the 97. Can he complete it? And yes, he will. Clint will go to the lead. Actually, he just completely powered by that 97 car. Coming to the start-finish line, we have 3 laps to go. You see Clint, he's diving to the inside. He does not want anybody to get draft off of him. Clint is one of those cars today that if he can get out front, he can almost guarantee... Clint can almost definitely drive away from you if he gets out front. And now that he's out front, there's only a few laps remaining, so he is in a really good spot right now. Stuart Haas, the winningest driver in the NRL. Most of the wins coming from Car Freak, but now that they are in this league, they want to try to get wins. And with that, it does look like a caution is out. That's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out, because we are almost in the green-white checkered territory right now. So it looks like they're going to go green next time by. So that means there's going to be 2 laps to go. Well, actually, no. We have to see what NASCAR rules here, because if they were to go green next time by, that's 1 lap. This is going to be interesting because... by the way, Wraith did wreck on that caution. He wrecked coming into turn 2. So... it looks like they are actually going to do a 1-lap shootout to finish this race. So instead of having a proper green-white checkered, they actually polled the drivers, and they are actually going to line them up right here, right now at the choose cone, and they're going to finish this race. Alright, so 200 miles of racing at this racetrack is going to come to a close with a 1-lap shootout. So unless there is a gargantuan wreck that happens after the green flag drops, this race should end with a checkered flag and not a yellow. So this is it. Wherever you line up here, this is... well, this could be for the race. Not guaranteed, but it could be. So here we go. The Blue Moon Beer 200 coming to the start-finish line. There will be just 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank, and the green and the white will fly from the flag stand. 1 lap to go. FRL got a great restart. That inside line did not get going very well. Here comes FRL on the outside. He's going to try to get inside of Clint. Yes, he does, but Clint is going to move him out of the way. Clint goes wide to the outside. Here comes Lone to the inside. Lone is going to go to the lead, going to turn 2. And now Car Freak is up to second. Car Freak has a huge run coming down to turn 4. Going into the final corner there, side by side for the lead. Car Freak is there. Here comes the 10 car, 3 wide out of turn 4. And out of all of that, Lone is going to get the drive off of the corner. All the other drivers lost pace, and here comes Wraith. One corner. Can Lone hold off the 20? Coming to the start-finish line, Lone in that 43 car is going to win the Blue Moon Beer 200. And he's going to do it by passing at least 5 cars on that last corner. Turn 4 got so hectic because Car Freak was to the outside, Flutter was trying to pass Lone on the inside, and then the 10 car just full-blown sent it going into 4, trying to see if he could pass everybody. And with this cooldown lap, Car Freak comes up and gives him a little bump. Lone is one of those drivers that, while he doesn't have very many wins, he is always a strong driver with the points. And getting a win with the second race of the season, that's going to put him in an incredibly good spot in the points. Lone was just, I don't know how many laps he led, if he led any. I think he might have led 1 or 2, but that doesn't matter. He led the most important lap of the day and took home the checkered flag in that Goodyear Richard Petty Motorsports Camaro. One of the biggest upsets to racing that I would say, that might be the biggest upset for a race win since Jackson Storm. That was insane. Now in this cooldown lap, all the other cars are going to the pits. And Lone is going to burn it down for this Blue Moon crowd. Great win, great drive, great day for Richard Petty Motorsports. That iconic 43 car is going to go back to victory lane. And with that, Lone is going to climb to 5th place in points. I believe he was behind the playoff spot by 3 spots last week. But that is how important good finishes and winning is. Because one race can turn a few bad races into nothing, basically. So Lone is a league veteran because he has driven all 4 seasons of NASCAR Racing League. And now getting a win very early in the first season of the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League. That certainly cemented his spot as a NASCAR Cup Series veteran. The racing has been great in this league, I gotta tell you guys. And as he just does an incredible burnout down this front straightaway. I'll say it again, our spots are filling up very quickly, but you could race with us, and this could be you winning a race, doing a burnout, or maybe even winning the entire title for the Season 1 championship. So if you guys would like to join, please message CarFreak13 on PlayStation and request an interview. You must be 18 years or older, and you must have Discord. Discord is what we use for all the races. And again, we're going to end this race by showing you the point standings after week 2. And again, we want to thank everybody who watches these videos. We really, really appreciate it. And we are currently on a schedule to have races like this every week as we race them. Next week will be the Dr. Pepper 200 at Dragon Trail Seaside. We can't wait to see you guys there and see all of these racers there to put on another show, because this has been some of the best racing that I have ever seen 2 straight weeks in a row. It's very exciting. I hope you all have enjoyed it. And once again, if you haven't yet, go check out our new Instagram, VormalGuy01. We're posting NASCAR pictures on there with other video games. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you saw, and if you want to see more content, and switch that notification bell on to get notified every single time we upload a brand new video. And also check the description to get links to all sorts of stuff, including our NASCAR playlist and playlists to funny moments across many other video games. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the next one.